welcome to Dan's on the Street. I am Dan. I'm exploring the whole world city by city as seen through Google Maps and Google Street View. And today we are pretty far up north here in Canada on the island of Newfoundland, out here on the Avalon Peninsula, visiting the city of St. John. Pretty interesting old city. I'm excited to check this out. Very unique terrain. Let's get down on the street and start looking around. Let me drop in here and kind of what appears to be the downtown. All right, we're on the ground here. Nice bright day out, clear skies. Interesting. Long shadows, some apartments. Let's move down the street a little bit. Not too many people out and about this time of day. Cute homes up here, nice and colorful, and then some great murals along here. There's a couple out walking, I guess. Very good. Well, the city has a population of about 110,000, about 220 in the metropolitan area. Great views out there, distant hillsides. Yeah, again, the terrain here is really special. I'm loving this mural along this wall. Big apartment building going up back there, look at that. Interesting. Mixture of vehicles. Again, very quiet streets right now. Looks like a different day here. You can see out there, boat down in the bay. Nice little overlook here. Realtor up there. This is the capital and largest city of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. The Republic. Oh. Nice pub. Might walk in there. Definitely. George Street. Interesting. Like this building up here. They've done something with the facade over the years that makes it a little less attractive, I'm afraid. But still good space. This is one of the oldest European settled cities in North America. It's debatably one of the first settlements in North America. This was basically, ships came into this harbor under John Cabot in 1494. University here, looks like. Pedestrian bridge over top of it. That's nice. It's good for like winter time, it gets frigid and you're going from class to class or whatever. Great way to keep warm. But yeah, so 1494 sailed into the harbor, which you think Columbus, that was 1492, right? So only 2 years after Columbus, John Cabot sailed in here. Like these houses up on the hill. I'm sure they have a great view. Looks like a university stadium there. Some taller buildings up here on the right, maybe university or medical, I'm not quite sure, or just offices. Interesting. Some sort of event center. Let's pop up here. Get a little sense of this. All right, basketball club, Mile 1 Center. Okay. Interesting. Obviously a major port city here. Ships going out, maybe some shipbuilding or repairs there. Got that one in a dry dock. Let's drop down onto Water Street here. See a little bit more. Nice new place there. Interesting. Lots of boats out here to the right. Yeah, lots of shipping, that kind of thing. Pretty good sized city, I think, for, being up this far north and kind of out so far away from a lot of the rest of the population, out on an island. Pretty good size. Certainly never been, but I'd be interested in it. I want to get up in these parts of Canada, or even, I guess I've been up in Maine in the US, but I want to get kind of further up and in. Really nice street along here. post office. Great views of things. This little brick building here. Oh, okay, tourism building. Templeton's. Little shops. Pubs. And a subway. Shamrock City, okay. Nice sidewalks here. These all look like pretty newly redone. Little bump outs and that kind of thing. Guy on a skateboard. Cruising right along. Great hillside over there again. Yeah, very good. Water Street. Alright, this is a good street. Kind of the high street here of downtown, I think. Interesting. Blue and water. Yeah, back to its history. So, they were basically, a lot of fishing was going on here back in those days. So, it fluctuated seasonally, but ships would come in from Europe and people would go fishing and, cannabis sold here. All right. Canada leading the way on that. Interesting. Nonya. Great buildings all through here. 1898, the Grace Building. Interesting. There was a really bad fire here back in 1892, which basically destroyed the downtown. So all these buildings, most all of them, were built after 1892. This place sure looks pretty old. I love this sign on the side of it. But even that might not be much older than 1890s. A few buildings survived, I read. Oh, great street all through here. Very walkable. Little shops. A little bit of graffiti. Sticky, peel good. Alright. Food trucks. Yep, fishers were here. And yeah, all kinds of ships were coming in, like French ships, Spanish ships, Portuguese ships were all coming in. And it appears on maps as early as 1519. It's noted on a map, even though it might not have been year-round inhabited. Perhaps it was. Bank there on the right. Great little street here. Great character. Erected 1896, again, yeah. You do wish you could see some of those buildings that were lost in the fire. What a pain. What a pity. So many cities. Almost every major city endured some significant fire. That's really something we don't deal with anymore. Oh, sure, we have fires, but not city-destroying fires. That's pretty rare. 1890. Okay, well, there I said, the fire was in 1892, so this building was prior. Not all was lost. Love all these buildings here, though. The Delgado building. I love these buildings used to have such pride of, ownership. The builders were the owners of the place or whatever, and they put big signage up there, and as they left, I love when the new tenants would respect this sign, not tear it down, leave it up there. Appreciate that. Can really get a little sense of a place's history. Unicornio Studio. I like this great paint they've done to this place. Normally I'd pop up right about now, but I'm so enjoying these sights, I just kind of want to keep cruising down this street. Back to its history. So by around 1620s, thereabouts, it was pretty much controlled by the English. And population slowly grew. Bunch of bikers out here, it looks like. Going for a bike ride, maybe. Great old building here. Looks like it probably was a bank at one point. Maybe it still is? No, I don't think so. It's got that bank look. Breakwater. It's interesting that Banks used to really do that. They still, to some extent, do it today, but they used to try to give the illusion of, strong and secure, very robust buildings with thick walls. Don't you dare try to break in here. Even though it's probably generally the same construction materials as any other building. But they're designed to look very, very bold and strong. I suppose they were stronger maybe than the average other business, perhaps. But a lot of it's just the aesthetic, the effect. I'd love to get up and look at those windows there. That'd be a neat sight. Kind of overlooking the bay. Alright, maybe we should pop up. Kind of interesting old homes here. Look at these. I bet these are pretty old, actually. Yeah. Good look to them. Really good look. Those short places. This might be pretty old. Okay, let's just get a sense of this bay. It's interesting how they've clearly set aside this piece of land here, what would appear to be prime realty, facing the ocean. They've allocated that for preservation, it would seem. Let's go down this side of the harbor. Look back over the city. Beautiful light. So many ships. Love these rock faces here. Very nice. Interesting. Yeah, population back then slowly grew, back in the 1600s. And then it started facing some adversity, well, at least more, from the other European powers who were interested in controlling the region and the city. And, man, such big ships. And the Dutch attacked a couple times at least, twice, I believe, back in like 1673. And the French then attacked. Let's get up. Let's see a little bit of a neighborhood back in these hills. Go down one of these streets. Canadian flag. Oh, somebody having a little birthday party or something there. Nice little view out. But yeah, the French attacked in 1696, and actually they destroyed the city. And I was reading like the English sent reinforcements, but this is way back in the 1600s. The reinforcements showed up a year late, and they found the town totally destroyed. So much for that. But obviously they rebuilt, and the French actually, I think, held the city for some period of time in the 1700s, but the English retook it. Just taking in these street scenes here. Nice tree-lined, quiet streets. And it looks like we've kind of fallen back into the more industrial zone. Or business district, perhaps. Backside of it, at least. Gray day up here. Has anyone watching this ever played GeoGuessr? I've been getting into that lately. Fantastic game. It's where you get dropped somewhere on Earth in Google Maps and you have to try to guess where you are. Oh, wonderful. But I got my mind all set on that now. Whoa. Did those buildings just vanish? Felt like it. Maybe not. Alright. Oh, they did vanish. Look at that. They tore down this whatever, a school or something, and put up some new houses. How about that? Nice places, it looks like. Not something you see every day. Let's pop up. Anyways, I got that game in my mind, so now I feel like everywhere I look on here, I'm trying to imagine if I'd be able to guess Newfoundland. Maybe. I don't know. Let's drop down here by the Commissariat House. Provincial Historic Site. 19th century British supply officer home. Oh, very cool. I love visiting historic homes and museums. This would have been the carriage house, I guess. Great homes up in here. Oh my. Wonderful homes. Look at this. Yeah, this is where some of the wealth was. And I suppose still is to some extent, maybe. But some real grand places up there. All up in here, I think. Nice big places. Can't quite see back in there, but you can tell these are monstrously huge homes. Great circular driveway with a tree in the center. Goals, man. That's a good space. I like that. I want that. Big building up there. Let's take a left here. Newer construction homes. Wonder if we can see any of these being built. Back to 2013. 2019. It's a pretty new place. Alright, let's pop up. King George Stadium, a graveyard up here. We're up here by Quiddy Vitty Lake. Fun name to that. Fun to say. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Quiddy Vitty? Great place for recreation, boating, maybe swimming. Oh yeah, big graveyard up there. Interesting. Dominion, is that a grocery store? Kind of looks like it. I've seen a couple of those now. Pretty hilly all up in here. Makes for great views though. Oh yeah, these wonderful homes. Guess we're back up where we were there. I love this area up in here. This is real nice. Very nice. Colonial building. Historic home to local government. Alright, we'll check this out. Bannerman Road. Looks like a nice park here with a pool back there. Pretty grand building here. Looks like a library. Not quite sure what it was. Has a library look to it though. Or museum. Good style. Let's cruise down this road a little bit. If we can. What's going on here? Alright, let's try this one more time. Forgive me. Alright. More colorful homes in here. Wood-sided places. Good look to a lot of these, though. Nice neighborhood. Oh, looks like it's closed here. Being rerouted out here. That's fine. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you really want to support me, I do have a Patreon page. It's $1. Got a bunch of bonus tours out on there. And can be a bit more responsive to requests for city tours if you subscribe. Electrician up there doing a little work. Boy, wouldn't know where to begin. Alright, let's pop up. Here's the cathedral. Let's get a look at this. This is one building that did survive the fire for sure. The Basilica of St. John, completed in 1855. dual clock tower. I'm not sure what that would be about. They're displaying different times. Oh, probably one is like London time or something, maybe? That's interesting. Dual clock tower. A little sign about it, maybe. Heritage walk loop. Well, might as well pop up and go inside if we can. Roman Catholic Archdiocese. Let's check this place out. Alright, we're inside. Big building. Great ceiling. Very unique look to it. Feels different than a lot of churches I drop into. Very big, just very, wide. And as decorated as it is, it also feels a bit plain, like in a nice way. Like it's not overly adorned. Of course, I look at the ceiling. I mean, it's very fancy, and the stained glass is epic. But good size, man. Very large. Obviously, it's still a functioning church. One has to assume. There's the view of it, though. Impressive place. So glad that survived the fire. That'd be a tragedy. Yeah, I love that you can get a sense of the elevation here on these hills banking up. Look down on the water, see the ships coming in. But they would have had a really good sense back in the day of when the population was much smaller, of just which ships were coming and going. You knew your husband was on that ship or whatever. You could see it coming into the harbor. Another church there. Lots of steps all around. Nice. Another business street up here. Tim Hortons. Pretty good chance you're in Canada, I guess. Fish there. Anyways, back to its history. So by the 1800s, the town was really growing again. Churches were built, like the one we saw. Government was kind of really being established more effectively, I think. And yeah, it really grew. The British actually used it as a naval base, I believe, during the American Revolution and the War of 1812. Which, that's interesting. Another interesting claim to fame is the first transatlantic wireless signal was received here from Cornwall. And I want to check out, I think there's the place where it was received. I'm not sure if it was, oh yeah, here it is, look at that. First transatlantic radio transmission. Signal Hill, there's like some sort of, oh yeah, look at this. Kind of hike up here. Oh, great views of things up here. Wow, look at this great building, yeah. This is Cabot Tower. Built in 1898. They used this for flag signaling back in the day. They would have put up flags which communicated with the ships coming in, I guess. Great view out of here. Very strategic view. During World War II, actually, the US and the British and the Canadians had guns up in here, and they were very concerned about submarines coming in here. We used this as a bit of a base during that time. I'm not sure where the guns would have been, but presumably somewhere out in these overlooks, you have to think. You can kind of climb up here a little bit, inching our way up. Great building. Quite unique. And then over here, wow, we're going to get a real good view of the city, it looks like. Great view. Oh, look at that. Wonderful view back into town. Here's where we all were, of course. There's the church back there, St. John. Lovely sight. Look at this cannon here. Not sure what that dates to, but that's pretty awesome. And we just fell down the hillside. Looks like a nice hiking path here. Or a walking path at least. Definitely something I would do if I came to town. Park at the bottom or whatever. Go for a nice long walk. Sunrise or sunset, something like that. Absolutely. Another old house here, looks like stone place. Great view of things. Very beautiful. Oh, here's some guns. Look at that. Goodness gracious. Yeah, again, I'm not sure if that dates to World War II. Sure looks older to me. Either way. Pretty cool things. Very good. Look at the way you could orbit this around. Goodness. Could you imagine trying to bring an enemy ship in here? These things are pointed at you. No, thank you. It's a really beautiful area. I mean, I think that's a big part of why people live up here. Maybe you don't fully get a sense of that on just a random street in here, but this is wonderful countryside. Look at all these lakes, Windsor Lake, all kinds of lakes. Interesting the way the ground is kind of, it's almost like a ribbing effect here. Pretty sure this would all have been under a giant sheet of ice, maybe 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago. Has to be left over from that kind of scarring. Airport up here. Here's where you'd fly into, more than likely. Or you could boat in. Golf course. I'll tell you what, show me an airport and I'll show you a golf course. They're almost always right next to each other. Fisheries Marine. Let's get another street scene here. Drop down in. Smaller homes, 2-story, split level, that kind of thing. Stuff from the 60s, 70s. In the distance, a McDonald's. Yep, that sounds about right. It's one of these streets up here. Kind of generic business places, I think. I always kind of want to bounce out when I see these. It's like, you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's that kind of thing. Domino's Pizza, A&W. Big university here, Memorial University of Newfoundland. Let's drop into campus. Oh, a nice pond there, doesn't that have a good look? Let's go around this loop a little bit. Everybody liking these enclosed pedestrian bridges. It's either that or tunnels. I think that's the great way to get around these cold cities with universities. Very nice. Not sure what this university is known for. Looks like a pretty good-sized campus, though. I was reading a bit more of its history, so by the 1990s, I guess there was still major fishing going on here. And there was basically a cod fishing industry collapse related to, I think, the cod population and the changing environment. And when they kind of shut down that fishing, that really killed the town here. New place going up here. Winter's Home Sense. Looks like it was built recently. Or maybe remodeled. Looks like just remodeled. What's going on here? Oh, there it was. Lots of shopping, that kind of thing. Let us get back into town one more time here. The Railway Coastal Museum. Oh, I tell you what. Sounds like my kind of place. Yes, sir. Definitely would go in there. Wow. The Railway Coastal Museum. Yep. Absolutely would visit here. Looks like the old train station, perhaps. Some figure there. Not sure. Looks like they have an old train out here. It's amazing how train lines just are a fraction of their influence that they once were. The Canadian National. Great. Great old train there. Well, at least in the North America, I'll say that. I know, okay, yeah. I don't speak for the world here. In a lot of parts of Europe, a lot of parts of Asia, trains still a very common way of getting around. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know a little of what happened, but my goodness, it's alarming how it just died here in North America. I think more than anything, it was kind of choked out. It didn't just die. It was killed. Still rooting for it to come back, hopefully with some kind of future tech. Lovely scene here. I might just leave it here. This is just a great view. Looking over these ships, looking into the city and the sun. Beautiful. Great city. I know I didn't see all of it, but I'm going to say I saw a good bit of it. I'm going to add this to my map. Been there, seen that. If there's some other cities up here in Canada you think I might enjoy seeing, let me know in the comments. And I will add them to my ever-growing list. St. John's, Canada. What's going on here? Oh, okay, there it is. I think I added that, right? Let's see. I'd like to go back and confirm. Yeah, there it is. On the map now, and if you enjoyed this, I've visited several other cities up in Canada here. Got to get back again, lots more to see. And again, if you enjoyed this, been all over the world, checking out all kinds of amazing and random small places and big places. Got to see it all. All right, till next time.